Hello, we are Amy, Krista, Alyssa, and Wes. As a group of future MLTs, we were interested in determining the importance of research and how it affects the day-to-day life of an MLT. To begin our investigation, we went to a medical laboratory biosafety lab to ask a professional MLT. Why do you think research is important to your chosen profession?
As a medical laboratory technologist, when you're working on the bench, one can address gaps in research. This particular research was patients were being treated with antibiotics that were inappropriate and would not be successful.
This is an example for the biochemistry discipline. High specific C-reactive protein levels are increased in coronary heart disease and predict major cardiac events such as heart attacks. We can monitor high specific C-reactive protein in patients who have coronary heart disease and prevent or reduce the severity of these future cardiac events. Since we were able to prevent these events from occurring, the lab and hospital saved money on patient treatment and care, as well as future lab tests to monitor cardiac markers for post-myocardial infarction. It also helps the patient avoid and prepare for cardiac events.
In the discipline hematology, studies have proven that there are differences in the amino acids of sickle hemoglobin and normal hemoglobin, which can be separated with electrophoresis and chromatography. Sickle hemoglobin causes sickle cell disease, a critical hemoglobinopathy that is brought on by low oxygen states, such as high altitude or flying in an airplane. This advancement in hematology confirms the diagnosis of sickle cell disease in patients and is therefore more effective in diagnosis.
In histology, formaldehyde, a toxic chemical, is a commonly used preservative in tissue processing. Researchers exposed samples of lung tissue to gaseous formaldehyde. They found that after 4 hours of exposure, the DNA mutated into precancer cells that would later develop into lung cancer. This study led to the development of safer conditions and interactions with formaldehyde, such as eliminating its use as a disinfectant.
In the discipline of microbiology, for example, tuberculosis can take up to 12 weeks to grow in the lab. This can cause hardship on the patients as they're forced to wait long periods of time before they are diagnosed and can receive treatment. Scientists have recently developed a simple breath test that can detect the presence of TB in a patient's lungs through volatile organic compounds. This increases turnaround time, which is important for both patient and laboratory technologists. In the discipline of coagulation, researchers have developed at-home point-of-care devices that enable patients to test their prothrombin and activated partial thrombin time to monitor anticoagulation therapy. This cuts costs. It provides a less invasive experience for the patient, as well as allows MLT phlebotomists to focus on other patients.
In summary, research is vital to the medical laboratory science field.